Hello everyone, welcome to the Take Care Man channel. My name is Todd, and in this video we're going to review the top razor blades mentioned in the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 challenge videos. There was a challenge video where wet shavers selected their favorite soaps and aftershaves and brushes and razors and razor blades, and we've done the soaps and the splashes and the razors up to now, and now we're going to do the razor blades in this video. So there were 79 total razor blade picks. Some people mentioned more than one razor blade. Instead of doing like one razor blade, they did like 2 razor blades and 1 razor. So some people mentioned only double-edged razor blades, and some mentioned single-edged razor blades, and some were a combination of those two. So I'm going to go over the top razor blades that had 3 or more mentions in the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 videos. So let's start with the razor blades with just 3 mentions, and then we'll work our way up to the top. So the Voskhod, or as Scott over at the Peaceful Shaver would tell us, it's a Voskhod. You can debate that in the comments below how you're supposed to say it. Some say the K is silent, some don't. The Gillette Platinum and the Parker razor blade. Now let's look at each of these individually. So for the Voskhod, Angelo says it's not too sharp, not too dull, it's right in the middle. Cal said medium sharp and inexpensive. And Shaving with Serge said it's unbelievably smooth. Now, there are a couple other resources I want to pull into these videos. Over at the refinedshave.com, which is a blog, a few years ago they did a razor blade sharpness test. And they go through the whole process of explaining how they did that sharpness test. But I want to share some of those results here and some of the comments that they had about the blades. And I also want to pull in information from the Razor Emporium. They have a sharpness rating on the razor blades that they have for sale on their website. So when we look at the Voskhod here, the refinedshave.com testing found the initial sharpness to be 42, and then average sharpness after that, 41. So in these various posts about the testing of these different razor blades, they pointed out that coated blades tend to get sharper after the initial use because the coating is wearing off between that first and second use. Whereas razor blades that are not coated tend to get duller between the first and second use. It should be noted in the scale that they used, the lower the number, the sharper the blade, because they were testing how much force it took for the blade to pierce their testing media. And so the lower the number, that means the sharper it was. So you can see here between the first and second shave, the Voskhod actually got a little sharper on the second and third subsequent shaves. So edge retention, a number below 1 actually means that it was moving more towards the sharpness from initial use to the subsequent shaves, whereas a number between 1 and 2 would mean that it tended to get duller. And they rated this as 5 out of 5 on smoothness, so a very smooth blade. It is Teflon coated and it is made in Russia. And Razor Emporium gave it on a sharpness and aggressiveness scale a 3 out of 5. So let's look at the Gillette Platinum. Carlitos said, I can shave blindfolded. I think he may have even said in the dark, meaning you don't really have to focus as much on technique with this blade. Rudd said it's a perfect level of sharpness and smoothness, works in every razor I've ever tried, never had a bad shave. The Refined Shave testing found the initial sharpness on this to be 45, and it actually got sharper because it too is made in Russia and is platinum coated, so that coating starts to wear off. It has a smoothness of 4 out of 5, and then Razor Emporium gives it a 4.5 out of 5 on sharpness and aggressiveness. So the last one in this tier is the Parker Premium Platinum double-edged razor blade. Mantic 59 said it's the best compromise between sharpness, smoothness, and durability. Chad over at the Shaving Cadre said it's just a consistent blade, and Tim Shull said you get lots of longevity out of this blade. Now, they did not test this particular blade over at the Refined Shave, nor is it available on Razor Emporium's site, so I don't have any of that testing information or rating information. But from the Parker website, you can see that the Parker Premium double-edged razor blades are honed to precise specifications before the edges are plated with a platinum, tungsten, chromium polymer. So again, the 3 blades that had 3 mentions, the Voskhod, the Gillette Platinum, and the Parker double-edged razor blade. Okay, in this next tier with 4 mentions each, we have the Personna Platinum, the Reds, and we have the Kizamet Super Iridium blades. These are the Personna Red blades. CD Shaving Murphy said, do not have to deal with the first shave issue like you do with a feather. Brian the Floridian said, put this in a bad razor and still have a good shave. And the Traveling Shaver said, it's so smooth, so sharp, so efficient. Now at the refined shave, they rated the initial sharpness as 41, and it actually got sharper because, again, it's platinum chrome coated. So the coating started to come off and you had slightly sharper shaves after the first initial shave. And the smoothness was rated a 5 out of 5. It's made in Israel but assembled in Mexico. And Razor Emporium gave it 4 out of 5 on the sharpness and aggressiveness scale. Now the Kizamet Super Iridium is a blade that I first became aware of over at the shavingcadre.com, the forum. And a lot of the guys over there love that blade, and Dave in Kentucky sent me a couple that I've yet to try out and test out. Some people say this is the exact same blade as the Pol Silver Super Iridium, because I think they may actually come from the same factory. I'm not entirely sure about that. Gear Noir says it's smooth, sharp, long-lasting. Eric Sorrentino said every other double-edged blade I use starts to tug on the third shave. I'm on shave number 5, and I can't wait to see how many I get out of this one. So there was no information over at the Refined Shave or on Razor Emporium about this blade. This one's hard to find. You have to look out there on eBay to find it, and it's pretty pricey. It's very similar to what you're seeing with the Pol Silver blades. So again, with 4 mentions each, Personna Reds and the Kizamet Super Iridium blades. Speaking of Pol Silver, in the tier with 5 mentions each, we have the Pol Silver and the Astra Superior Platinum blades. Latherhog said of the Pol Silver, a good balance of sharp and smooth. They work in any razor. The Virtual Groom Room, Jack said it's consistent quality. And Redbeard Shave says they're excellent. We looked at the refined shave testing. The initial sharpness was 46 and it moved towards 42. So again, it got sharper because that coating is starting to wear off. The smoothness was 4 out of 5, and they are stainless steel and are made in Russia. The Astra blades, Chris, CDB, said it's consistent. Thor said it's efficient yet mild. Jimco said affordable, sharp, smooth, consistent. And the Daily Shave said, I always get phenomenal shaves with it. The folks at Refined Shave found the initial sharpness to be 49, and it moved to 46. Again, a coating. The smoothness was rated as 3 out of 5 for them, and this is platinum coated and made in Russia. And Razor Emporium gave it a 3 out of 5 on the sharpness and aggressiveness scale. It should be noted that the Pol Silvers are difficult to find. They're not on the Razor Emporium site. Just like with the Kizamet Iridium blades, these are hard to find. I've seen a few online retailers have single packs of 5, but they're pretty expensive compared to other blades. You can find larger quantities of them on eBay, but for a premium price. So again, the 2 razor blades with 5 mentions each, the Pol Silvers and the Astra Superior Platinums. All right, coming in at the number 2 spot with 7 mentions, the Feather Double Edge blade. So I wanted to point out that the blades that are in the yellow package and the black package are exactly the same blades. The black package has 5 blades in it, the yellow one has 10. So Nick Shave said, very well made, great quality control, perfect edge. Enrico said, so sharp. The Canuck Shaver said, phenomenal, but 3 shaves max, so he liked to move on to a different blade or get a new feather after shaving 3 times. MC Shaving said, get lots of shaves out of it. Spencer Frankel said, I know what I'm going to get every time, so very consistent, predictable. And MC Shaving said you got 115 shaves out of 1 blade. So a little different than the Canuck Shaver's experience on those. Of course, the Feather is regarded as being very sharp, and that proved to be true in the Refined Shave testing. The initial sharpness was 32. The average sharpness moved to 37. It's not a coated blade, stainless steel, made in Japan. The smoothness was 4 out of 5. And so since it's not coated, it does get a little less sharp. And in fact, I've heard a lot of YouTubers and red shavers on forums say that they actually prefer the Feather like on its 2nd and 3rd use, and they just like to get past that 1st use because of how sharp it is. And then it becomes much smoother on those subsequent uses. And Razor Emporium gave it a 5 out of 5 on the sharpness and aggressiveness scale. So again, 7 mentions for the Feather Double Edge blade. So number 1 is the Gillette Nacet with 9 mentions. I get 20 to 30 shaves per blade, says Shooting the Shave. Reliably efficient, Anthony Vincent said. Never lets me down, the Sask Shaver. Buttery smooth, peaceful shaver. I have a special bond with these. Shave 326. Ken's video 54321 is pretty funny, by the way. It's kind of tongue-in-cheek. Up for a Shave Dave says, enjoyable shaves. The late, great She Shaves with Jill, who we lost last year, sadly, said they're very comfortable blades. And then Kevy Shades says, performs well in every razor, plus it can cut a crocodile in half, as you see there on the package. So over at Refined Shave, the initial sharpness was 39, the average sharpness was 37. It was rated as a 4 out of 5 on smoothness. They're stainless steel and made in Russia, and Razor Emporium rated it a 5 out of 5 on sharpness and aggressiveness. Again, if you're interested in these numbers and want to see how they got these specific numbers, go over to the Refined Shave, look at the link in the description below, and you'll find information on how they did the testing. There's a video there. You can actually watch them doing a test and how all the numbers were calculated, including a very extensive table that gives all the results plus write-ups on each of the blades. So again, the number 1 blade with 9 mentions was the Gillette Nacet. And here are your 3 or more mentions again. At the bottom there, Voskhod, Gillette Platinum, Parker, then the Kizamet Super Iridium and the Personna Reds, the Pol Silver Super Iridiums, the Astra SPs, the Feathers, and then the Gillette Nacet blades. So, were there any blades left out? Any surprise omissions? Is there blades that you thought would be mentioned in there, but they were not mentioned? And what's your favorite blade? I know there was a blade that was mentioned a lot on the Refined Shave that they really liked, which is the Rockwell blades. And so I'm interested to see if any of you have used those and how you like them. I have a pack. I'm going to test those out. But comment below if there's any razor blades you feel like should have been in the list or you thought would be in the list. And what's your favorite blade? Comment below and let me know. So again, there's a link to the playlists below that show all of the videos from all of the different shavers. So the next video will be the brushes. That'll be the last video we're doing for the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 summary. At that time, I'll provide you with a spreadsheet to all these picks with all the different categories so you can see all the details there in the spreadsheet. Again, thanks to everybody who did this challenge. I really, really do appreciate it, and I know everyone watching this video appreciates you giving your input so that they can get good information on what blades tend to be among the favorites from wet shavers on YouTube. So thanks for watching, and until next time, take care, man.